Hey guys, it's Griffinoni here, and welcome back to Pokémon HeartGold. Last time, we explored Goldenrod City for the first time. We explored many facilities that the city had to offer. We got a new Pokemon in the form of Machop. We learned about the department store. We learned about the underground stores. We fought a few trainers. We went to the game corner. We did some not gambling. I expressed my frustration about the Voltorb Flip game. And now, we find ourselves in the Pokemon Center. This time, we're gonna take on the gym, but there are a few things that we need to do first. The first thing that we need to do is actually we need to go to the gym itself, because I kind of brushed over it, but there is someone standing in front of the gym right now, and we need to fix that. The gym leader, Whitney, went flying by saying, I have got to get a radio card. Like, she lives here. How does she not have a radio card? Like, did they just come out with it? Anyway, so we can't go in the gym right this moment. But what we can do is we can go in here and see that there is also nothing here for us. What do you have to say? The train hasn't come in. I know. I'll carry the passengers on my back. That won't work. Yeah, so this is the metro rail area. I think this is a thing for us. We request that you make sure you refrain from keeping large Pokemon out at the station. Oh, yes. This is actually something I do want to show off because I actually do the ability to do that. So right now, Hogan is out. But say, for instance, I had Rocky with me, which there is the reason I have Rocky out with me at the moment. Oh, Rocky works here? I swore Onyx wouldn't work here. Rocky's looking up at the ceiling. Well, good for you. I'm surprised the ceiling is even high enough for you to do that. Well, never mind, but in certain cases, certain Pokemon will not be able to come out when you're inside of buildings. Evidently, Rocky is not one of those, but certain larger Pokemon cannot come out when you're inside of a building. We have not encountered such a Pokemon yet, but trust me, it will come up in the future. So we're going to want to remember the metro station for now, because there isn't a whole lot we can do here for now, but trust me, it will be very useful in the long run. Now here, Goldenrod City Radio Tower. Network providing Johto with interesting information. Oh boy, does it. What do you have to say, lady? Welcome to Goldenrod's Radio Tower. Thank you. What do you have to say? This is the Pokemon Lottery Corner. I'm Felicity, your attendant today. If the draw number matches the ID number of any of your Pokemon, you can win fabulous gifts. Would you like to check today's lucky number? Yes, this is yet another daily thing you can do in Goldenrod City. This lady will basically generate a random trainer ID number. And the closer your Pokemon's ID numbers match to that one, you can get better prizes. So that's why I have certain Pokemon in my party right now, including Rocky, because the traded Pokemon have different ID numbers, and it checks for all of them. So I do want to see if I can get lucky here. First, I'll look up today's Pokemon Lottery Quarter lucky number. Your lotto ticket number is 24437. Now let's see if the ID matches any of your Pokemon. I'm sorry, you didn't get a match. Well, that sucks. Okay, but all kidding aside, depending on the result and how close your Pokemon trainer ID number matches with the number one, or rather, how close the Pokemon's ID number that's assigned to them matches, you can get some really, really nice prizes. So if you get the fourth best prize, then you'll get an Ultra Ball, which is fairly nice. The third best prize you can get is a PP Up, an item that we have not obtained yet, but increases the maximum power points of a specific move that you use it on. I only recommend using this item on moves that you know that you will never get rid of and are super reliable. If you get the second best prize, you get the ever so elusive yet equally helpful EXP share. Now, in the modern games, you darn kids have the convenience of not really needing to worry about the EXP share, because not only do all your Pokemon get EXP anyway, but you get EXP for catching Pokemon. We don't have such conveniences in this game, and getting an EXP share this early would be stupidly helpful. If you get the first prize, then you get a Max Revive, which is basically just a better version of a Revive. A Revive normally can only revive a Pokemon up to half HP, but a Max Revive revives them and fully restores their HP. And if you get the Grand Prize, which is where the trainer ID of any one of your Pokemon fully matches the trainer ID that they randomly draw, then you get a Master Ball. Master Ball is the ultimate Pokeball in the game and is guaranteed to catch whatever Pokemon you throw it at. It's incredibly rare and it's incredibly unlikely that you will ever get this, but if you do, feel proud because it is the ultimate prize for just being incredibly lucky. Now then, I do want to take a look at the sign here. First floor, reception. Second floor, sales. Third floor, personnel. Fourth floor, production. Fifth floor, director's office. Sixth floor, observation deck. I want to remember this for later because there is stuff here for us that we'll need to do later. Now then, I want to talk to you guys because I just want to forestall the inevitable as much as I can. Ben's a fabulous DJ. His sweet voice just makes me melt. And then there's you. I love Mary from Pokemon Talk. I only know what she sounds like, though. Huh, interesting. What do you have to say, strange-looking lady? Hi, my name is Whitney. I heard about the quiz to win a radio card, so I came here to get one. But this quiz is so hard. Well, it's like, well, she's not going anywhere. So why don't we give this a shot ourselves? We have a special quiz campaign. Answer 5 questions correctly in a row to win a radio card. When you load it into the Pokegear, you'll be able to listen to the radio. Anytime, anywhere. Would you like to try a quiz? Sure, let's give this a shot. First question. Can you check the town map with your Pokegear? Yes. You are correct. Second question. Nidorina can only be female. True. Yes. You are correct. Third question. Kurt, the Pokeball creator, uses apricots as ingredients. I believe that is not correct. That is apricorns. You're correct again. Fourth question. It's impossible to use the Tiamat Magikarp. True? Yes. Well, I've only one question to go. Professor Oak's popular show Pokemon Talk. Is he on with Marie? Yes? Nope. It's misspelled. How would you ever guess that? So just to be clear, the correct answers are yes, yes, no, yes, no. Bingo! You got it. Congratulations. Here's your prize, a radio card. Griffin can now listen to the radio with the Pokegear. Wow, you did it! I thought the answer to the third question was surely apricots. Oops, trying to get back to the gym. Awesome, now Whitney is heading back to the gym. So before we do that, I want to go to the Pokegear real quick. So as you can see, we now have a new function on here, the radio function. And the interesting thing about this radio function is that you can manually adjust it to kind of go to a specific thing. And if you're not quite on the right frequency, then you'll just kind of have it broken down. Alternatively, you can hit the little buttons on the corners here to lock it into a specific deal here. So let's break this down because there is quite a bit to do here. First of all, there is Pokemon Music Channel. This actually has an interesting thing. So the music that plays actually changes depending on what specific day of the week here. Now, right here, it's a Saturday. So right here, it is playing the Pokemon Lullaby. This will play on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Having the Pokemon Lullaby playing while you are going around in the field will, for one, have the music change a little bit, but it will lower the Pokemon's encounter rate. So if you're trying to go through an area and you don't want to deal with a bunch of wild Pokemon, this is one way you can deal with it. Alternatively, if you're playing the Pokemon Music Channel on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, this will play the Pokemon March, which will increase the wild Pokemon counter rate. So depending on what day of the week you're playing, you want to be mindful of what is playing here. The second channel that's available here is the Pokemon channel. This will give you Pokemon Talk with Professor Oak. This will feature Professor Oak and Mary to talk about where you can find Pokemon in the Johto region. This service essentially acts as the swarm function for those of you who are familiar with that. So they will tell you about where a certain Pokemon can be found on a specific area. In later sections of the game, this will be very, very helpful, as there are certain Pokemon that we will be able to find later that otherwise will be impossible to find. So you definitely want to make use of this, and if there are certain Pokemon you want to try to find earlier on, you may want to make use of this. It also provides tips on Pokemon that can be found via fishing or using a Rock Smash. So you definitely want to be mindful of what the Pokemon channel can do. Alternatively, there is the Street Corner / Town channel. The interesting thing about this one is that it will interchange between 2 different programs depending on the specific hour of the day. So it's not just the day, it's the hour of the day. Right now, I do believe during the specific hour that I'm playing, it will give us the Trainer Profiles channel. This will provide information on trainers that you meet throughout Johto. So if you wanted to hear some specific things about certain Pokemon trainers, you might want to give it a listen. It might provide you some interesting things about both trainers that you find and on gym leaders in certain cases. The other service that it can provide is That Town, These People. This will provide you information on the types, sites of places that you have been so far. As you visit more places, more locations will be talked about. So if you wanted to learn anything more about areas that you've been to, you should give this program a listen to. Now, the last channel that we can listen to is the Variety channel. This interchanges between 3 different programs depending on the specific hour of the day. The first program is Pokemon Search Party, a radio documentary featuring a crew going around exploring caves and ruins. More episodes unlock as you progress through the game. The second program that we can listen to here is the Serial Radio Drama. It has 4 additional radio dramas to listen through. And then the third channel, and this is the most important, is Buena's Password. Buena provides a secret password through her show. If you go to the radio tower and meet with her with the password, then get the quiz she gives you correct, you will be rewarded. But we'll go over the specifics later on. But this is one of the things I love about this game, is that this is a feature that actively rewards you for playing during certain times of the day on all days of the week, giving you a ton of motivation to come back and play at different times on different days to see what exactly is available for you and what exactly you can get. Now, like I said, there is a little bit more to this, so I do want to go up here, because there are some people that we can talk to. Lullabies on the radio make wild Pokemon sleepy. That's why you don't see many Pokemon when the radio plays lullabies in the tall grass. Kind of a hint for what I described earlier here. What are you to say? Save up the blue card points for some choice prizes. Thank you. Hi, I'm Buena. Do you know about the radio show called Buena's Password? Well, fortunately, I explained it earlier. If you can tell me the password from the program, you'll earn points. Save up those points and trade them with that sweet young lady over there for some choice prizes. Here you go. It's your very own point card. We got the blue card. Now, let's talk about the blue card. Every time you get one of Buena's quizzes correct, you will get a point on this card. Once you hit certain point totals, Buena will give you prizes. So it's not just about trading things in, unlike the original Gold and Silver. Here, you get a certain prizes depending on how many points you're able to accrue. With 1 point obtained, you'll get a free Pokeball. With just 3 points, you'll get a full restore. Already we're seeing some really nice stuff out of this. With 5 points, you get a protein. As I mentioned before, it's an item that boosts your Pokemon's base attack. With 10 points, you'll get an iron. With 15 points, you'll get a Carbos. With 20 points, you get a nugget, an item that sells for 5,000 Poke. With 25 points, you'll get a rare candy. And with 30 points, not only do you get an HP up, but you get Buena's phone number for the Poke Gear. I highly recommend that you get this. Now, in the original 2 games, as I previously mentioned, you have to actively spend points to buy these items from her. But here, it's kind of more of a reward system. So it is a little bit different, but it's totally worth getting. Now, once you max out at 30, you can get a new blue card and start the process over. So, again, this is another system that actively rewards you for actively participating in this. Now, what do you have to say over here, my guy? Radio is good, you know. Cool music and Pokemon information, surprising news and new moving dramas. It has everything. The only thing missing would be images. Oops, they call that a TV. Yeah, no doy. Now there's some documents here on the desk, but it doesn't seem like I can read them. What does this say? 2th floor, sales. Right. Now what do you have to say? Sorry, authorized personnel will only be on this point. Wasn't that way before. There's something wrong with the director. Huh. Wonder why that is. Well, if the director's okay. Thanks, Jiggly. Alright, I've done everything I need to do. I've forestalled enough. Let's go to the gym. But first, I need to switch things around with my Pokemon because Onyx is not going to be helpful here. I seriously doubt Drowsy is going to be of any help here, but just for the sake of giving myself the best odds possible, I am going to have Drowsy in the party temporarily, just so I have something to throw out in case I need something to die while I heal. Because that is a very real possibility. Okay, here we are. The third gym. Goldenrod City's Pokemon Gym, Leader Whitney. The incredibly pretty Goyle. That's all they have to say about her. That is very, very strange. Okay, enough forestalling. Here we go. Welcome to the Goldenrod City Gym. Yo, champ of the making! This gym is home to normal-type Pokemon trainers. I recommend you use fighting-type Pokemon. Yep, that is the only bit of advice that he is going to give us. Now, interesting thing to note about this place. It is slightly different than it was in the original Gold Silver, but it does have some, well, some modifications made to it. As you can see, it's a little higher up. So what I want to do... Yeah, I guess Hogan still being the front is going to be our best option. Now let's go through here. Oh, you're a cute little trainer. I like you, but I won't hold back. So the thing to note about the Goldenrod City Gym, and it may not become apparent as to why this is the case, but perhaps a little screenshot comparison will help you. Both the original Gold Silver Crystal and the design of this modern version of the gym have made it so that the gym is meant to look like a Clefairy. Now, for you modern players, that may not make any sense because this is meant to be a normal type gym. But do bear in mind that in this game, Clefairy is a normal type. So that is why. This is one of Whitney's favorite Pokemon. It's not her best Pokemon, but she is very fond of Clefairy. So that's why the gym looks like a Clefairy. Oh boy. These Sentret are getting a little tough. Unfortunately, Hogan is definitely improving substantially. I will say, at this point, even though Hogan is notably behind the rest of the party in terms of level, it's not behind at all in terms of stats. In terms of stats, Hogan is absolutely ahead in terms of its physical attack. It is rocking it. And as soon as we get a decent fighting type move on this guy, Hogan is going to be just tearing it up. But we still got a little ways to go, so for now we do have to rely on Horn Attack. Now some of you may be wondering why I am not teaching Hogan U-Turn, and that's actually because I'm saving U-Turn for later. I can't use U-Turn right this moment, but I am not going to be teaching it to Hogan. I have a specific plan in mind with it. We're gonna head down here, and we need to go talk to her. And by talk to her, I mean destroy her normal Pokemon. Give it your best shot or I'll take you down. All right, fine. If you insist on me trying my best. Okay, that takes care of Meowth. Hogan leveled up once again, level 13. Wants to learn Aerial Ace. Okay, well, that's not the best move for this specific gym, but I will definitely take it. So I think for right now, I'm going to get rid of Fury Attack, because I don't see myself really using that. It's not the best move for the immediate moment, especially since Hogan is not a flying type, but Aerial Ace still can be useful. And plus, now this gives me an actual flying type move. Saris. Your one chance of getting an attack in, and you use Growl when I use special attacks. Good job, Meow. Okay, so that takes care of two of the trainers. I'm going to go outside and heal. Then we'll talk a little bit more about what this gym has to offer. Or at least as far as its history is concerned. Oh, mother, what do you need? Did you spend more of my money again? Yep, you did. What do you have for me this time, mailman? Alright, what do you got? Got a repel. Alright, relatively useful. But, not helpful at the immediate moment. Alright, so I believe if we want to advance onwards, we actually need to go up here and then into this entrance here. We have two more trainers that we need to fight. You shouldn't let your guard down just because I don't look tough. Well, you're the one saying you don't look tough. Alright, we're challenged by Last Carry, and she only has the one Pokemon. Snubble! At level 17, jeezums. I'm not going to mess around with Snubble. Hogan is not strong enough to deal with Snubble at the immediate moment. Now then, as far as this gym's history, because honestly, there isn't really too much to really make note of as far as like how it looks in comparison to the anime. In the anime, it's not noteworthy at all. It's as generic and straightforward as a gym goes. It's just a straightforward arena. Dirt ground, slightly dim lighting, really not much to it. But in the Ash and Pikachu manga, yeah, that's a thing. The Goldenrod Gym actually used 3D holograms to make it appear as though the arena was inside a sweltering volcano, whereas in reality, the battlefield was surrounded by water instead of lava. That doesn't really make sense either way, considering that it's a normal gym and neither a fire nor a water gym, but that's what they decided to go with. Okay. Basically, no one got much EXP from that because I had to divide that between 3 Pokemon, but Blizzard did grow to level 19. Gosh, I thought you were weak. Well, you, lady, I'm not weak. I'm actually quite strong, which is what I'm going to tell myself until I get my handed to me. I like cute Pokemon better than strong Pokemon, but I have strong and cute Pokemon. Well, good for you. You're challenged by Last Kathy. Okay, so she's got 3 Pokemon. Oh, sweet Jesus. I think Hogan can deal with this? Question mark? Oh god, I forgot. Jigglypuff is the ability Cute Charm, and it's infatuated Hogan. Not that it matters, because Hogan's also asleep. Okay, well, guess we're switching out again. Pound took out 25% of Saris's HP. That is truly pathetic. That is an all-time low, Saris. Oh, no, no, no! Nothing particularly noteworthy happened aside from Hogan being put to sleep, which means I gotta go heal again. Sorry. I'm not trying to forestall it any further. I just legitimately don't have any more awakenings. I had to use one while I was in the Goldenrod Tunnel. What do you have to say while you're asleep? I'm always trying very hard to keep up with you. I'm surprised he's able to do that while he's asleep. Okay, even though Hogan does not have a fighting type attack at this particular point, I still feel as though we're gonna have the best shot with opening with him. But this battle's going to be rough. If I get through this completely unscathed, I will be genuinely surprised, but this is a rough one, man. Prepare to witness me experiencing absolute hell. Here we go. Hi, I'm Whitney. You! I saw you at the radio tower just now. Everyone was into Pokemon, so I got into it too. Pokemon are super cute. You want to battle? I'm warning you, I'm good. Here we go! Versus Whitney! Challenged by leader Whitney. She's starting off with Clefairy, level 17. Cute Charm for the ability, so against my better judgment, you should avoid using physical attacks, even though I probably have no choice. It has moves Double Slap, Mimic, Encore, and Metronome. Metronome is a move that causes a random move to happen. You want to be very careful with that. Anything could happen. It could use Splash, it could use Roar of Time, it could use Self-Destruct, or it could use Splash. That's what happened in the anime, at least. I'm going to open up with Horn Attack. We're going to try to get in some real good damage. Oh, it's using Metronome. Use Mist. Okay, we're fine then. Take one more Horn Attack. I'll do it. Got a nice critical hit in with the first one. Very nice, Hogan. Excellent opening. Level up to level 14. Very nice. Like I said, Hogan may be behind in levels, but is certainly not behind in its ability to inflict damage. Now, for the real monster, sending in Miltank. I think just to give myself the best odds here, I'm going to switch in Rhino for this one. I'm not going to give Hogan a shot unless we absolutely need to. Behold the beast from hell. Hey, just one left, but I ain't losing, you hear? Miltank, level 19. Scrappy for the ability. So forget the notion that ghost types will not take damage from this thing, because it can inflict damage to ghost types with normal type attacks with this ability. With the moves Rollout, Attract, Stomp, and Milk Drink. You don't want to let it set up with Rollout, because every subsequent use of Rollout that it does doubles in damage. Attract is a big problem because it inflicts Infatuation. Stomp is a decently powerful normal type of attack that can cause flinching. And Milk Drink heals Miltank by half its maximum HP. This thing sucks, which is why the first thing I'm going to do is try to open with Thunder Wave and hope that either Static goes off or I inflict paralysis with that. Oh, right, I forgot. It also has the Lumberry. Fortunately, I prepared. Haha! You thought that was gonna work? I thought 3 steps ahead of you. Okay, so now the best thing that we can do is use Growl, because we do need it. Oh my god! No way! Mist mattered! Mist mattered! Guys! Clefairy's Mist mattered? Come on, at least use Growl, please. God dang it. Oh boy. Please get Growl. Ah, man, this is a big problem. Okay, I'm gonna switch in Muscle for this one, because I need Muscle to take the hits while Miltank's thing is not maxed out. Yeah, I ain't gonna do much. But we do need to let it take the hit for us. Getting a good leer here. Alright, Muscle's fainted. I'm gonna try to forestall it a little longer. As much as I'm able to. Because I need the... Really, you're worried about the Stomp? I wouldn't worry about Stomp, my guy. Awesome. We've disabled Rollout. Thank God. Drowsy actually paid off. I'm not gonna let you do that right now, though. I'm not letting you... I'm not letting you take the shot here. Might as well have Hogan go in now that everything is set up correctly. Nice and paralyzed. We got in for free. Gonna go in for another Leer just to minimize Miltank's defenses as much as I can. And now we're attracted to it. Okay. If we can get into Horn Attack, that'd be nice, but it's very unlikely because Attract is just such a pain. Come on, get in the Horn Attack. Dang it. Come on, Hogan, please. That was with 2 Leers. Come on. I don't know what to do. Let's go ahead and switch Drowsy back in. Because I'm assuming that it's probably going to try to use Rollout again. Ah, nice. I got a free turn here. Okay. In that case, let's... I guess we can go for Confusion, since Drowsy can't really do much at the immediate moment. Pretty sure it has decent special defense, too, so it's not going to be all that helpful. I can't believe Drowsy is actually being useful at the immediate moment. Poor me. Poor you. I don't care about poor you. Alright, Drowsy is probably finished, so I'm going to go ahead and use a potion. Partially restore Hogan back up. Let me think. Just to give myself the best odds, I think I'm gonna switch in Saris next. I know it does not hit hard, but with Bite, we can at least cause the flinch status to occur, hopefully. Nope! There it is. There's the problem. This fight can go on forever. But if it remains paralyzed and we get enough flinches, then we might have a shot. I'm not sure if Whitney can use items in this battle. I'm pretty sure she can't, but I don't want to entertain the idea. So I'm hoping that we can just spam Bite in between flinching and paralysis. We might get a good shot here. Nope. This is why this fight sucks. Miltank can just subsist its own self. It does not need to get off that much. Come on. Flinch combo. Let's go, Saris. You can do this. Flinch combo. Flinch combo. That's 3 in a row. 4 in a row. Come on. 4 in a row. 5 in a row. Let's go. Flinch combo. 1 more. Paralysis. Please, Saris, you can do this. Fudge. She can't use the super potion. Why? God dang it, we were so close. Oh, now she's fully restored. We couldn't prevent it. I tried, guys, I tried. Come on. Nope, it's over. I need to get very lucky with Hogan right now if I want to stand a chance. I really need to try. Okay, yeah, let's just go for Horn Attack. It's the best option that we have at the immediate moment. Fortunately, if Paralysis does stop the rollout, then the combo does properly reset. So we don't need to worry too much about that. But the biggest problem is that Milk Drink is still going to just make this so much harder. What I would really need right now is a critical hit. But that's not gonna happen. And mind you, this amount of damage I'm doing is with like -2 defense on Miltank. All right, come on, one more, Hogan. Why does it have to? You have 2 super potions! Alright, come on. We can do this. We just need to push a little harder and get very lucky with the paralysis. Nope. That's it. Hogan's done. Alright, it all comes down to Blazer. If Blazer can't do this, it's over. Ember! Okay, we're good. That sucked. But hey, you got all the suffering that you wanted and the victory at the same time. Can't complain about results. Got to level 20. And learn Flame Wheel. God, that would have been helpful a minute ago. We will get rid of Ember for Flame Wheel, because that's just basically just a stronger fire attack for us. Defeated Leader Whitney. Ugh. That's all you have to say? Send some of our money to Mom. Wah! Wah! You meanie. Excuse me, what about the gym badge? Okay, whatever. Oh no, you made Whitney cry. It's okay, she'll stop soon. She always cries when she loses. Fine. What? What do you want, a badge? Oh, right, I forgot. Here's the plain badge. We received the plain badge from Whitney. Thank God. The plain badge lets your Pokemon use strength outside of battle. Oh, you can have this too. We got TM45. Oh my God. It's Attract. It makes full use of a Pokemon's charm. Isn't it just perfect for a cutie like me? That's right. I heard that this thing called the Pokeathlon Dome is now open right next to the National Park. you should go try it since you're so good at battling with your Pokemon. Anything else you want to say? That was a good cry. Come for a visit again. Bye-bye. Well, you sort of changed your attitude very quickly. Okay, well, as we saw with Attract, Attract puts your Pokemon, well, the opposing Pokemon in an infatuated state. It only works against Pokemon of the opposite gender of your Pokemon, but against all odds, you will probably have a Pokemon that has the male stats. But if you have all female Pokemon going into this, then Attract is totally a non-issue when fighting Whitney. What do you have to say, my friend? You won? Great, I was busy admiring the powerful trainers here. Sure, the powerful trainers, that's what you were admiring. Not the pretty goyles. Oh, so this is an interesting thing that happens. So if the first Pokemon in your party has fainted when you go to the Pokemon Center, it cuts to black really quick and then switches things out so that way the Pokemon in front of the party is brought out. Well, Hogan, you may not have brought us victory, but you definitely tried your best. And that's all I can ask of you, buddy. Oh, it's yawning loudly. Really? You're so tired after a long day of losing? No, you did fine. Everyone did fine. We all put in our best, and we were able to defeat Whitney. So next time on Pokemon HeartGold, we're going to do just a couple more things in Goldenrod City, including going to the Nickname Raider. I haven't forgotten. And then we will finally head north to see what lies beyond. See you guys then.